It is brisk out there. So it is now 6:30, Monday the 3rd of February, and many men and women will be waking up this morning anxious, and be waking up anxious because of two key reasons. Number one, they don't feel an element of control. Number two, they don't have clarity about where they're going. So one of the reasons that I go out for a walk every single morning, it's not just to take out the pup, it's to prime this. This is the culprit for a large percentage of our actions, our emotions, our mindset. So when this is not primed or in the right state of mind, the rest of our life kind of crumbles around us. We overthink, we have low self-belief, we get overwhelmed, we doubt ourselves, we make bad decisions. And all of that is stemmed from all of the problems that you perceive that you have, from all of the things that we don't necessarily understand. And the best way to control that, to be able to lead yourself into the next chapter of your life, into the next mission of your life, to change the vehicle that you're in, the belief system, which ultimately would improve your relationships, how you function in those relationships, how you treat yourself, how you respect yourself, how you show up in the gym, how you develop your business, your career. All comes down to you. All comes down to being proactive about changing the way that you think in the morning. Now, there are two different things that are going to happen. You're going to wake up, you're going to feel anxious, you're going to probably wake up quite late, get yourself dressed, get yourself a breakfast, maybe even if you've only got time, just grab a coffee, get out the door. Maybe you have to get a takeaway breakfast somewhere en route, and you have to collectively deal with those thoughts going into work, which means that you are operating at average, mediocre, at absolute best. Or the other thing that you can do is you can wake up and you can go through a sequence of events or outcomes or tasks or focuses, whatever you want to fucking call them, that are going to allow you to prime your mind by putting perspective on it, which means putting out the fire with some water, right? That's how I think of perspective. I think about our overthinking, our emotions as the fire, and I think the vehicle that you take to calm them is the water that puts out that fire. So for me, going on that walk is key. And there are three things that I will always do on that walk. There are three different reflections. Okay, there is the reflection of where have I come from to get to where I am today? What are the lessons that I have learned? What mistakes do I keep making? What are the things that I keep saying to myself? What are the decisions that I've made? And I kind of just have a bit of a reflection, because when people say, oh, don't look back, it's BS, right? We have to look back. You have to look at the data of where your life has been, okay? I then reflect on where I am now. So where are we right now? Okay, where's my health at? Where's my personal development at? Where's my relationships at? Where's my business at? What fun am I having? What am I thinking? What am I saying to myself? What am I doing? And then the third and final part of that walk is, where am I going? How am I getting there? What's the process? Am I leading myself as best as I possibly can to get to that place? Now, for an awful lot of people, they won't do that. A lot of people don't do this. They do have thoughts. So when you're driving, when you're in the train, when you're at work, when you're at home, when you're in the gym once a month, you'll have perspective thoughts, but you probably won't even realize it. It's about putting some element of structure to your thought process to gain perspective on the journey that you're on. And ultimately, the thing that we're looking for is more control. So when we talk about having more control, it's more control of our emotions, more control of our time, of our energy, of where our focus is going, of our resilience levels, of our discipline levels. And the more control that we have, the less anxiety that we feel. Because if you think about the anxiety that you have when you wake up on a Monday morning, is that the last couple of days you haven't really had to think about work or your finances or where you're going or why you feel so numb or why you're not reaching the standard that you want to, or why you're not making the progress you want to. because you're probably in and around family, maybe you're doing things, maybe your mind's distracted, and reality kind of hits on the Monday morning. And it's asking yourself, what don't I have control of this morning? I woke up anxious this morning, and I went for my walk just now, and I was like, what don't I have control of? What don't I have clarity of? And that's the second one. The whole part of that process of reflection in the morning is to go, what clarity do I need? What clarity? Am I on the right journey? Am I on the right vehicle? Am I on the right path? Am I around the right people? And the more that you challenge yourself on that process, the more that you can move forwards with speed. The problem is too many people are just like moaning or complaining or stuck in a cycle of pity or a cycle of chaos where they're not spending the time. Like if 100 people watched this video, I would say only 3 would get to the end. And that is the big problem, right? We're so distracted. We are so distracted. We are too distracted to work on ourselves. And so many people go through their whole entire life through that cycle of chaos, through feeling overwhelmed, feeling fear, feeling over emotional, not having control, not having clarity, not reaching their potential. And what we're trying to do is change that. And a simple process of having a morning routine, right? But everything is about getting up, getting out. This is your operator. This is your HQ. This is where everything stems from. So if we cannot get this in the right place, it is mental fitness. Going for the walk, doing a reflection is the same as going to the gym and doing bicep curls or shoulder presses, right? It's building up the fitness in here to be better conditioned for everyday life and business, in relationships, in finances, so that you can make better decisions. So many guys are so deep in their own hole of shit that they're never really gonna see that. And if I can just encourage you to get out in the morning, set your alarm for half an hour earlier, set your clothes out the night before, get them on, go out, wherever I come from, where am I going, what don't I have control of, what don't I have clarity of. That's the start process. And then you start building on that. That's how you're gonna get to where you wanna be. That's how you get perspective on the overthinking. That's how you get perspective on your emotions. That's how you get to the next level. So I want you to go and give that a go. I want you to make the effort to get up 30 minutes earlier, go for that walk, and get your reflections in, write them in a journal so you can keep track of them. And I can guarantee you within 2 weeks, you'll start feeling better, probably sooner. Let's get it.